China travel itinerary varies according to the length of time in China. Generally, the shortest time may only be 2 days on the weekend or even shorter. This situation is more suitable for Japan, South Korea and countries around China. They are closest to China and can reach China within a few hours by plane or car. This part of tourists usually take advantage of the weekend to come for leisure and play. Usually the scope of play is relatively small. Most of them eat, drink and have fun in or near the city where they enter China, so that they can go back to China directly after the weekend. Their itinerary is basically to check in at some people internet celebrity places on domestic or foreign media, then enjoy Chinese food and finally buy some goods on the way back. The cities involved in such travel are concentrated in Beijing and Shanghai, and the rest are cities that are convenient to reach in countries bordering China. There are relatively few cities. There are even some countries directly bordering China, such as Russia, which can directly come to the Chinese border to have breakfast when they get up in the morning and then go back to work. Such a travel itinerary mainly highlights the convenience of transportation and the comfort of play. The second type of travel itinerary is some people who take advantage of business opportunities or holidays to travel to China. Most of them use transit visa exemption or sanction day visa exemption policy to come to China, but the time they stay in China isn't long, usually less than 10 days. Some of these people are traveling to China for the first time, and their travel itinerary is basically a standard travel itinerary from Beijing to Xi'an and then to Shanghai, which is also a typical travel route from the Forbidden City and the Summer Palaces in Beijing to the Great Wall, then to Xi'an to see the Terracotta Warriors, and finally to Shanghai to see the uncharacteristic pedestrian streets and buildings in Shanghai, etc. Such itineraries are the initial impressions of China for tourists who come to China for the first time, and they also see the most real side of China with their own eyes. Another part of the tourists are those who have been to China or aren't very interested in big cities. Their basic itinerary is mainly based on nature and culture. As those who like to see natural scenery go to Shangjiajie, Yan'an, Guilin, and even Tibet. For example, the first goal of most Koreans to travel to China is Zhangjiajie, and those who like to see cultural history can go to more places. China has left countless cultural heritage and knowledge in its 5,000 years of history. Just go to the place you like according to your own interests. For example, in addition to Beijing and Xi'an, cities such as Suzhou, Hangzhou, Kaifeng, etc. also have rich historical and cultural heritage worth exploring by tourists. If you don't go to the city, China has a large number of ancient villages which also have rich historical heritage. Even if you don't want to see the history of the city and the country, China also has a large number of preserved family histories, and the gardens and houses they left behind are showing their history. In addition to history and culture, China also has a large number of intangible cultural heritages that are unique to the world, so many people come here specifically for this. The overall time spent on such a tour isn't very long, but of course it's not very short. So there is time to go to different cities to experience different cultural atmosphere and food. But because of going to different cities, the time to experience in a city will be very short. Usually, a city can only stay for 1 or 2 days, excluding transportation and sleeping time. The remaining time isn't enough to experience the cultural atmosphere and beautiful places of a city. It mainly allows everyone to see something different. The last type of travel China itinerary takes a longer time. Basically, that use a special time to travel to China, and the time is more than 10 days. Such itineraries are usually for cultural history or nature enthusiasts. They are more willing to spend special time to deeply understand some places or scenery that they are interested in. For example, the popular Hanfu in China. Many female tourists will come to China specifically to experience wearing Hanfu, put to beautiful makeup, and wear Hanfu to different attractions to experience Chinese culture, or go to some special restaurants and tea houses to experience different charms. Some people are more interested in China's traditional culture, so they will come to China specifically to experience China's festival traditions during some Chinese festivals, such as making zongzi, rowing dragon boats, and celebrating the New York. Others may be interested in some of China's inherited skills, such as the most well-known porcelain, and they will come to Jindizhen specifically to experience some of the production processes of some porcelain. In addition to this, calligraphy, sculpture, embroidery, food, cities that never sleep, high technology, etc. are also important factors that attract foreign tourists to travel to China, and are also the direction of everyone's in-depth travel experience. This kind of long-term travel itinerary usually means that they have a real passion for something and they are willing to spend a long time pursuing it. Of course, the things that have been passed down in China's thousands of years of history do have an extraordinary charm. Finally, there are too many things to introduce in China, and this is only a part of it. I will introduce more details to you in the following content. Welcome to China.